Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K. Both teams tonight dealing with some injury. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
They say misery loves company, and both teams now suffering with injuries. But in the end, it balances out.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Aaron Gordon out there at Bull. Then it's Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Rivers in at the point. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot.
And when Jokic drives, he's like a freight train with that great physical ability, able to kind of push the defense wherever he wants them to go. And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
Now here's Rivers. Now here's Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Sometimes he seems to be indestructible with the finishes he can make. Jokic is a force down low.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big man. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
Here's Gordon, following the score by Damian Lillard. And that one's good by Porter.
There is the unselfishness that coaches love so much. Rivers doing a great job getting it to the open man.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. A three-pointer is right on target. Lillard's got 5 now.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Now here's Rivers. Here's Porter. And it's Denver scoring again.
They've come out the locker room. Hizza! 4 for 4 to start tonight.
The Trailblazers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Lillard surveying the D. McCollum finds Lillard. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
They know they can't give him that shot. The D's are over it, not even giving him an inch of space.
And that one's good by Porter.
Just using his size well close to the rim. Porter is outstanding at cashing in from those spots.
Rivers against Lillard. Inside. Nurkic the pass to Lillard. Over Rivers. And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And you can tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
Ennis Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. And a switcher also for Denver. Harrison's checked in. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Covington passes to Kanter. Just 5 to shoot. Second chance shot. Doesn't go for him. Good defense by Jokic. The Nuggets leading by 3. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Now here's Gordon. He feeds it to Bull. And the dunk by Bull.
That's just too easy for Ball. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
McCollum passes to Kanter. Back to McCollum. Lets the 3 fly. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Nuggets have gone a perfect 6 for 6 in the game up to this point. Gordon kicks to Jokic. Passes it to Bull. Shoots over Covington. Powell with the steal. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it. The fast break chance. The quick look, no good that time. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for Denver. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Jokic. The 3. And Kanter pulls it down.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Lillard misses.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Rivers with it. Now Covington defending. And stolen by Lillard. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Covington with the ball. Powell, the pass to Canner. And a wide open look for McCollum. Hits the jumper in space.
And sometimes McCollum is automatic from there. You can't give him this shot if you're the D.
24 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Harrison. He's guarded by McCollum.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But, Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Lillard outside. And he gets it to go.
Superb form. Lillard has the mid-range shot on lockdown.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Denver on top. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked about.
I know that when the main guy usually.
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And what stands out to you from the Nuggets in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Portland, they've got Enes Kanter, Anthony out there with Derek Jones. Then there's Norman Powell, and it's Simons in at the point.
Well, that's just too easy for me. I mean, the minute he establishes position in this area, the defense is done.
Powell for three. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy. He would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Anthony left side. Stolen by McGee. Down low. Here's Nudge. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right. And that's severe punishment right there.
Oh, you're right. And I love the opportunistic approach. These kinds of hustle plays can be game changers.
Powell with it. Guarded now by Morris. Lock at 6. Offensive rebound. The pass to Powell. Kicks to Anthony. Here's Simons, covered by Morris. A nice shot by Simons.
He'll take advantage of that kind of soft defense every time. Just give him a chance to attack the basket, and he will.
Morris looking over the floor. Here's McGee. Not going to go that time. Now Portland takes it the other way.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. He looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
Taken away. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Count the basket. Morris has got his second bucket of the night.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. But he clearly has something left to offer.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's his first trip to the line. First free throw is good. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. McCollum's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Damian Lillard in for Anthony Simons. Big group substitution here for Denver. Jokic has checked in for JaVale McGee. Gordon comes in for Paul Millsap. Porter's checked in for Harrison. And it's Rivers in for Monte Morris. Nurkic finds Lillard. McCollum outside. Nurkic trying to get open. Good on that shot. And with that, the Nugget lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from McCollum.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Rivers. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Damian Lillard.
And Rivers works hard when he's in the game. That's what you love about him. He's at his best when he's shooting the ball with confidence.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists for him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. But this team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Kicks it out to Covington. McCollum right side. Lillard outside. A second chance effort. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Lillard's got 9.
You better play up on Lillard at all times, especially when the pass is coming his way. You got to know he's ready to shoot once he catches it.
Millsap left side. And Millsap slots it in.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. A pretty close game from the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they were up by 2. Bad.
And as we get into this 3rd quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Oh, my goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. To the paint. Here's Nurkic. And that one barely misses as he draws contact. 2 free throws coming up. That one is on Bol.
He's a real menace. Nurkic is 7'1". He's difficult to guard without fouling.
You and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Lillard against Jokic.
Well, talking about Lillard, he's so good as a scorer in the paint. I mean, he's probably just as good as any point guard.
Here's Rivers. Porter dishes the ball. Back to Porter. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Porter's got 8.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Lillard, the pass to Covington. Rivers against Lillard. And that one, good.
When Lillard goes to work in the screen and roll, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, you pretty much pick your poison with him in these sets.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Back to Rivers. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. And the Nuggets lead by 3.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. For the tie. To the middle. Stolen by Rivers. It's Porter atop the key. In deep, Jokic drops it in.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. Trailing by 5. 1:46 left in the third quarter. He dishes it to Nurkic. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Shot clock at 6. Lillard against Rivers. Here's Covington. To the wing on the left. Pass to Lillard. Back to McCollum. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor, checked in for Robert Covington. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Little. Powell, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
Morris finds Millsap. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Powell, the pass to Carmelo. Here's Simons. 52 seconds left in the third. Count it, and the Nugget lead has been cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Cantor.
Yeah, plenty of power behind Cantor's inside moves. Helps him overcome whatever D he encounters.
Passes it to Millsap. And it's slammed in by Millsap.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Portland's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Simons surveying the D. Launches a 3. Rebounded by McGee. Here's Harrison. Guarded by Powell. Morris passes to Najee. Back to Morris. To the paint. Nurkic with the block. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Denver on top. They're up by 5. From... And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. The Nuggets leading by 5. They've got McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Simons in the point guard. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Rivers passes to Green. 5 on the clock. He's looking for Porter and finds him. Offline with the baseline jumper.
With the D playing soft off him. He might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the jump.
Cantor finds McCollum. Anthony with it. Pass to Cantor. And here's McCollum for three. Kicks it out to Jones. The dish to Cantor. Over Green. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Millsap with it. Denver needs to get off his shot. They kick it out to Green. Outside Porter. Green, the pass to Porter. From downtown. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Porter's got the lead up to 8 now for Denver.
You have got to guard Porter as soon as he crosses half court. His range is limitless.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. Powell, he's checked in for Derek Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simon. The offensive rebound. Takes it out to Covington. And there's the feed to Nurkic. The three from McCollum. It's McCollum on the wing. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. He kicks it to Millsap. Back to Jokic. Feeds it to Bull. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. But they recover it. Outside Gordon. Now the pass to Morris. Second shot opportunity. It's not going to go for him. And it's Portland the other way. Covington passes to Nurkic. Lillard with no one around. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Gotta admire the passion Lillard plays, but he knows he loves having the ball in his hands.
Morris against Lillard. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. So it's Portland now. Trailblazers trail by 5. Outside Covington. Back to Lillard. It's Powell on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Lillard dishes to Covington. A three from McCollum. And Nurkic with the basket on the assist by McCollum.
Now, this is what you want from Nurkic. A fearless player who welcomes the chance to take important shots.
Morris outside. 1:14 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Jokic, and he finishes nicely on the layup. That's now 8 points for Jokic.
Calm and collected in the game's biggest moments. You can rely on Jokic when you need a basket.
Foul for Green. And Bull pulls it down.
Bad shots. This is the time to work the ball inside to get the best shot possible. That's the way to make the comeback happen.
Morris kicks to Jokic. Drills the three-pointer. And it's an 8-point Nugget lead.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up the score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
McCollum. And Bull pulls it down. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Jokic with the bucket. And the Nuggets lead by 10.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
That's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
And the basket by Lillard.
All right, I'm telling you, don't let Lillard get in rhythm. Once he's feeling it, he's going to burn you on every possession.
Morris outside. Basket good. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily. The bustling city of Portland and the Clippers starting five. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Batum. And there's Jackson. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. And it's Powell in at the small forward position. Now here's Jackson. Down low. Here's Zubac. That shot off. Great D that time from Nurkic. And a wide open look for McCollum. And he's good on the three ball. McCollum's got the first bucket of the game with the three for the Trailblazers. Now here's Jackson. Pass to George. Out to Morris. Back to George. Just 5 on the clock. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Lillard attacking. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Now, here's George. We played just over a minute here in the first. Jackson kicks to George. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
Outside for Batum. Passes to Zubac. George against Powell. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
That free throw good from George.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can. A lot of enthusiasm to the start of this game. So far, a perfect 4 for 4.
George with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. And George, here we go. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
Lillard outside. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And for a point guard, Lillard has some hops. Outstanding at knowing when to use them for the dunk.
Lillard against Jackson. Here's Zubac. Can't connect from short range.
What a defensive play. Gets to stop and does it without fouling.
Three-pointer, Lillard. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. George. Another shot. And it's good on the way in. George has got his second basket of the night.
You know, offensive rebound is largely about hustle. Paul George plays with great energy and focus.
Takes it out to Covington. Nurkic, the pass to Lillard. Back to Nurkic. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Shot from free throw range. Up again. It's good on the putback.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
We've got 1:28 left in the first. Jackson passes to Morris. Back to Jackson. Powell with the steal. And now Covington running the floor all by himself.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
This is my type of approach. Get some high percentage looks. Then later, you can play inside out.
And the Clippers have possession. Portland making their last shot.
With his great length and skill, Paul George has no trouble getting points in the paint.
Portland leading by 8. Lillard Lillard surveying the D. Pass to McCollum. From deep. Back to Covington. Lillard outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's hauled in by Zubac. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. Here's Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the change.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's his first foul. This is his first chance at the line tonight. The first one falls.
You know, when you look at the MVP race each year, most of the candidates were drafted in the top 5, but somehow Kawhi lasted to number 15.
Just solid. Really one of the very best that there is at the free throw line.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul. 7 seconds left to play here in the first.
Yeah, tough entry pass. You want to kick the ball down low, but you have to be crafty about how you do it.
And so it's Portland holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Defensively, they have... And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
They've got McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Simons in at point guard. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. And you played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Simons, the pass to Kanter, and it's blocked. They retain possession, and they get it back. To the left wing, back to Jones. It's Anthony with the drive. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Powell, he's checked in for Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
Pushing the action, always working for the best shot. Nice drive by Kawhi.
Here's Lillard. He's got 9. Dishes it to Powell. Back to Lillard. Powell, the pass to Nurkic. And that one drops.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court, but when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized inside.
There's the pass to Oturu. That one, no good. And it's Portland the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Nurkic can't hit.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And now Portland on the break. And that one's good. Lillard.
And part of what makes Dame special, he can pour it in working off the ball. Rare to see a point guard who finds points without the rock in their hands.
Pass to Beverly. Now here's Cousins. Defended by Covington. Good. Beverly's got his first basket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now. especially on the interior.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. George passes to Zubac, and the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You too.
And here is Los Angeles now. Just 5 to shoot. From deep, George. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Anthony, stolen by Jackson. Fast break, here they come. Oh, Morris in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Simons surveying the D. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Now, here's George. Not a lot of room. Morris inside. Anthony on him. 6 to shoot. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 4 points. The basket there from Zubac.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. Jones against Batum. Jones drives in.
You know what, though? They keep calling his number despite the difficult quarter he's had.
And George gets it to go.
So smart with the ball in his hands. George reads the floor well and takes advantage of what's there.
Here's Simons.
Clippers foul call.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of this one. First one falls for him. Both teams will make substitutions.
2 shots.
He's off on the second. It'll count. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that'll do. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 11 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Well, he's... That's all for now.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Batum. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Zubac in at the 5. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Powell against George. He kicks it to Jackson. Zubac the pass to Morris. Clippers moving the ball around. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington.
Yeah, just not on the same page. Unfortunate, wasted possession.
And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from George.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
George looking over the floor. Powell with the steal. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. All going up court. The shot's good. Nurkic has got 8 points.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Zubac. Trying to find Covington. Gets it to him. And the dunk by Powell.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Out to Morris. Latrey. Up top, Batum. He is guarded by McCollum. Batum passes to Zubac. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Batum finds George. And again, no good by the Clippers. Trailblazers leading by 9. Powell, no one around him. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Running it down their throats. 3 straight baskets there in transition.
George passes to Zubac. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
Yeah, easy call.
Los Angeles shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those 2 guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. The 3 from Anthony. Cousins pulls it in. Clippers trail by 9. Here's Beverly. Makes it off the glass.
I mean, blowing past the defense, Patrick Beverly gets up and down the court in a blink.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
So both teams making some changes here. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And George, here we go. In the corner, it's Morris. Wants to get it to Zubac, and does. And the basket is good. Zubac has got 6.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
Lillard against Jackson. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Out to Morris. Pass to George. Fires the 3. Morris passes to George. Shot clock at 5. And contact on the and yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
A 3 from McCollum. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. McCollum's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. There's 38 seconds left in the third quarter. The basket counts and 1. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And stolen by Cousins. Here's George. A rebound by Simons. Trailblazers leading by 3. Cantor, the pass to Jones. And Jones with the stop.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's Leonard, the pass to Oturu. The fadeaway. The 17-footer. Oh, my goodness, with no time left on the clock.
Without a moment to...
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Trailblazers lead by 3. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Clippers trail by 3. They've got Anthony. He's out there with Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with Powell. And it's Simons in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Leonard, the pass to Kennard. Cousins. Rebound by the Trailblazers. They've led by as many as 11 points. Here's Powell and the dunk by Powell.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
The Clippers shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Kennard, the pass to Beverly. Here's Oturu. Pass to Kennard. Here's Oturu.
Using his height and length there to prevent the second chance opportunity.
Here's Powell. Great D that time from Leonard. Clippers trail by 5. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. A.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Derek Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA? Especially when the slam is coming from the point guard.
It sends a message that we're going to be aggressive no matter who's taking the shot.
Leonard kicks to Cousins. Back to Leonard. Shoots over Powell. Does not get it. Third miss. He's made 4 from the field. Kicks it out to McCollum. Hope they get it back. Anthony's checked in for Robert Covington. And a switch here also for the Clippers. George is checked in. And McCollum puts up a deep 3. Again, McCollum missing. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubac is checked in. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. It's a 5-point game. Tries from 10. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
That time he kept it himself. Leonard playing a chess game on the pick and roll.
Lillard outside. Kicks it to McCollum. Jacks up a 3. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Beverly for 3. And hammering it in.
Letting it all hang out. When George takes flight, just enjoy the show.
It's McCollum on the wing. Portland again missing.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the 4th quarter for them. And Zubac picks up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th quarter. Lillard against George. And Lillard kicks to Anthony. And that one's good. Lillard.
Too positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Cousins with it. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's George. Powell pulls it in. Portland leading by 3. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. Lillard with no one around. Here's McCollum. Nurkic kicks to Powell. Paul George with the steal. And the shot is good. George has got 11 in the second half.
Paul George loves these situations. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to deliver.
And Lillard gets it to go.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
George passes to Leonard. Here's Zubac. And no good that time. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Lillard from outside. Lillard again missing. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. On pass to George. No good on that one.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
No, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
Trailblazers moving the ball around. A 3 from McCollum. Hands it from downtown. Now it's a 6-point Portland lead.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
And George kicks to Beverly. Here's Zubac. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic. So the first one drops, and that brings them within 5. Both teams will make substitutions. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
Letting a guy sneak by for a putback off a free throw, that is inexcusable.
A 3 off the inbound, and that falls.
And they have been relentless.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do. But it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Missing a valued contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Powell in at the small forward.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
Now, here's Lillard. Now here's McCollum. Now the pass to Powell. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Lillard missing.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
For the finish, and the dunk by Powell.
Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open men on this team.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it, and it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Here's Lillard. Following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. From deep three-point range, that one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Yeah, keep thinking that he can't shoot it from there, and he'll prove you wrong. Lillard lost one of those high-arching bombs.
And Doncic throws it down.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
And it's Lillard again missing. Mavericks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Porzingis. Got it. Good job in the low post.
They're going to take a little bit more to get Porzingis off of his sweet spot and his offensive game now.
Lillard scanning the floor. Covington in the corner. McCollum against Richardson. Fires the 3. And McCollum is good for three.
CJ just so smooth and is a marksman from three.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. It's a three-point game. Richardson the pass to Porzingis, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one. Portland's gone 3 of 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. Lillard up top, guarded by Doncic, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Well, he can shoot the three, so defenses have to go out and overplay him, and that's what creates lanes for him to do stuff like that.
Doncic against Powell, and the dunk by Doncic.
And they answer right back with as much force as possible.
This is a heavyweight battle, and both teams trading punches. Lillard from outside. Kicks it out to McCollum. Passes it to Lillard. In the corner, Powell with it. Here's the three. Lillard misses. The Mavericks trailing. Here's Doncic. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Or the Trailblazers. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. And Anthony subbed in for Robert Covington. And Dallas also making a switch. Hardaway's checked in. And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile one block a moment ago.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long. And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
The drive by Doncic. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Doncic has got 8.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Here's Lillard. The rebound by Marjanovic.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
And Doncic gets it to go.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Right wing. Lillard against Doncic. Lets it fly. Nice spin off the left rim and in. He's got 13.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Doncic outside. That's tipped. Powell with the steal. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Trailblazers. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Pretty prime example here of how to space the floor and do it correctly. When you do it, that's the kind of thing that happens.
Anthony out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then it's Jones. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
McCollum against Redick. McCollum dishes to Kanter. Back to McCollum. Shoots over Redick. McCollum no good.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. And he handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player. 3 terrific kids, you're right. Brunson finds Powell. He can't get that one. Portland's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. And stolen by Cauley Stein. McCollum against Hardaway.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one's on Anthony.
It feels like he can take on anyone on the inside. Hardaway Jr. loved the aggressive attitude there.
Hardaway hits them both.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
A three from McCollum. They get the rebound, and Cantor able to finish.
One of the game's very best offensive rebounders, Cantor also has the wherewithal to quickly convert for the score.
Knocks it loose. Inside. And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got 5 points so far.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Now here's McCollum. Burke covering. The shot's good from Cantor.
Well, really good ball movement on the entire possession, and then CJ getting slick.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Powell, the pass to Cauley Stein. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Here's McCollum. Cantor, and Cantor able to finish. 8 points for him.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Pass to Cauley Stein. Powell against Anthony. Hardaway passes to Powell. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Well, Cauley Stein positioned himself early and then found the reward there as he collected the ball and threw it through.
Pass to Cantor. Here's Brunson. Burke with it. Now defended by McCollum. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. They grab their own miss. Cantor kicks to McCollum. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. McCollum's got 7 points. Brunson scanning the floor. Takes a shot at the elbow. That one goes. Count it. Brunson's got the game tied up here for Dallas. Trailblazers have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Back to Anthony. Here's McCollum. Mavericks with the rebound.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
That gives them the lead. Burke's got the lead up to 2 now for the Mavs.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
And here's Anthony from the arc. Cauley Stein grabs the board.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. Doncic against Powell. Doncic with it. Banked in off the glass. He's got 12.
I love the aggressiveness. He's been on fire the entire first half and continues to strike while the iron's hot.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a... Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basket. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 12 points, win or lose. And that...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. They've got Porzingis, Josh Richardson out there with Doncic. Then there's Marjanovic, and it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot.
Got to be so hard to stop a drive by Porzingis. How are you going to get to where it is the ball's going to get?
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard throws it down hard.
Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Here's Doncic. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
And it's McCollum off the drive. And the rejection by Marjanovic.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
Oh, yeah, his teammates love that one. I'm sure he's going to hear about it when he gets to the huddle. Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
And so confident. Even amongst the trees, Doncic is fantastic at forcing the issue close to the rim.
The Mavericks have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
2 points. That one goes.
Well, great start. Check that box. They've made their first 4 shots, guys, and the offense looking very fluid right now.
Here's Lillard, following the score by Josh Richardson. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, when Nurkic goes across the lane there, hard to get him out of the way, and he collects the offensive rebound.
Now, Doncic, he's got 18. 9 for 9, looking deadly accurate. Like, guys, he cannot miss.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Lillard left side. That one good for 2.
That's a strength of Lillard's game right there. Gorgeous arc, too, on that jump shot. Up in the air a little bit more.
And here is Doncic. He's got 20. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. Dallas shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. And the technical free throw is good. And the Mavericks with some changes. Hardaway comes in for Marjanovic. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Luka Doncic. High post try. Rebounded by Covington. Trailblazers trail by 11. Kicks it to Lillard. Lets it go with the 3. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Continuing to show activity on the offensive glass. Second chance buckets have been huge.
And there's the pass to Finney Smith. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys,
yes,
they're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
For Dallas, they have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
McCollum outside. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Redick for three. Finney-Smith kicks to Porzingis. Now here's Brunson. 6 points for him. 44 seconds left in the third. That's a 2 from Lillard, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. Lillard's got 9 points here in the second half. Lillard against Brunson. Dishes it to Redick. Shoots from 14. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Trailblazers keep it alive. It's McCollum on the wing. Connects from three-point range. And now just a 4-point Maverick lead. Here's Brunson. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in.
Good defensive effort from Lillard there. He has the...
It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Dallas Mavericks. His production has been flowing as he's tallied 20 points and looks to be planning for more. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the court for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Derek Jones, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, down low. Lillard outside. On deep. It's McCollum on the wing. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more three-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by side.
Now, here's Redick. Fires the three. Carmelo Anthony comes up with the rebound.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Here's Burt. Anthony on the double team. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his third foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Enes Kanter comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Norman Powell subbed in for McCollum. Josh Richardson's checked in for the Mavericks. Luka Doncic comes in for Trey Burke. Three-pointer, Lillard. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Lillard's got 12 points here in the second half.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
Shot, high post. Here's Marjanovic. Hardaway dishes to Doncic. He kicks it to Richardson. 5 on the clock. Over Lillard. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Portland trailing here. And now here comes Jones leading the break to take the lead. And Lillard lays it up and in. Lillard's got 5 points in the quarter.
Lillard producing right now and finding ways to torch this defense, just filling up the stat sheet.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
Richardson with it. Lillard picks him up. Here's Doncic. And they call the foul. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Post game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He said we've got to pick it up right here, right now. If we're going to win this game, we have to take control. This is the time. Kevin.
And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the fourth.
Look at your watch. It's Lillard time.
The Mavericks have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's his third foul of the game for the Trailblazers. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Derek Jones. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Dallas. And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Aggressive and incredibly quick end-to-end. Lillard is always a threat on the fast break.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Marjanovic passes to Doncic. Yes, that goes in. Doncic has got it all tied up now for the Mavs.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
Now here's Lillard. Shoots over Doncic. Lillard misses. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. Doncic trying to get open. Count it!
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
McCollum outside. Doncic with the steal. Count it!
And great steal and look ahead there. Compared to most guys his age, Doncic sees the game at another level.
Lillard outside. Yes! And that shot brings them to within just one.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
Here's Doncic. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Covington with the ball.
And he has that ability, elevates his game in the clutch time. It's Lillard time. He's on point.
Here's Doncic. It's good!
Well, that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're trailing by 1. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And I think they've got enough time to try and get the ball inside. And unless they get a wide open look on the perimeter, that should be what the focus is.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Mile High City. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on Payday.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the center, filling out the middle. And for Denver, they've got Nikola Jokic. Austin Rivers is out there with Porter. And there's Gordon. It's Najee in at the 4. Now, here's Porter. Pass to Jokic. Kicks it to Gordon. Clock at 6. Floats it up for Jokic. How many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post? But that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. Now, here's Jokic. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Well, you got to do more than that to stop Jokic. I mean, this guy is a master at converting through tough defense.
Lillard against Rivers. There's the triple. Again, the miss by Lillard.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Big time throwdown with flavor.
That is just nasty.
About the athleticism on that finish. Well, you can't help but think of the dunk contest robbery with Aaron Gordon. Didn't receive max points on some of his dunks that clearly deserved it. Said he's done with the event after the last go, and I can't say I blame him.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. For Denver, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for to start off this game. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys? And they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
And with the dunk contest in Aaron Gordon, some of the dunks he pulled off, Greg, were outstanding.
I mean, going over Taco Fall was the big one. The one-handed windmill was impressive as well. Gordon doesn't need a trophy. Everyone knows he's one of the best dunkers we've ever seen.
Here's McCollum. Michael Porter making his last shot. McCollum passes to Nurkic. In the corner, Powell with it. Covington finds Powell. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's McCollum. Denver grabs the miss.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
And the officials call a traveling violation. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Now here's McCollum. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Simons surveying the D. McCollum outside. Kanter able to finish.
And usually amongst the leaders in the offensive rebound rate, Kanter gives your team found points off misses.
Now here's Rivers. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Gordon inside. Defended by Jones. Millsap trying to get open. And the basket by Gordon.
Gordon is one of those guys who loves physical contact. He's really skilled at finishing over difficult defense.
Simons, the pass to Jones. Here's Simons, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. JaVale McGee's checked in for Aaron Gordon. Bol comes in for JaMychal Green. And Morris subbed in for Austin Rivers. Millsap finds Morris. And Anthony sends it back. The pass to McCollum. From the arc. Rebounded by McGee.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Bol. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one's on Anthony.
And like his father, Manu, Bol's combination of size and scoring is very unique. The key for him is just staying healthy.
2-for-1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
McCollum with the ball, and McGee picks him up defensively. Cantor's shot is off.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
And it's in there.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
And here's McCollum. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. The 15-footer, Millsap with the steal. And so it's Denver heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. There. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but Damian...
When I'm training in summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers, we've got Damian Lillard. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then it's Jones. And it's Simons in at the 2. Now, here's Lillard. Scores for only the 2nd time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility. And, boy, he can strike at any time.
Here's Harrison, covered by Lillard. Millsap kicks to Harrison. Here's McGee, and he banks in the layup. McGee's got the lead up to 7 now for Denver.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Jones, the pass to Lillard. Kicks it out to Jones. Over to the wing. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. Powell, he's checked in for Jones. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Anthony Simons. Now here's Rivers. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
McCollum, no good. Denver leading by 9. Porter with it. Now defended by McCollum. Here's Jokic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And drafted with the 41st pick back in 2014. How about this? Jokic, the definition of a sleeper pick. He was actually asleep when the Nuggets drafted him.
The story goes on that his brother called him up trying to congratulate him, and Nico hung up in his face. How about that? Didn't hear the news until the next morning. He certainly has a different way of going about things, but there's no denying He's got a lot of game, and it's fun to watch.
Rivers in the corner. With the putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Nuggets lead by 13.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
That's exactly right. No need to catch it when you've got the kind of soft hands that he does.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Now, here's Jokic. He's got 6. Lays it up and banks it in. Jokic has got 4 this quarter.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Lillard bounce pass. Nurkic against Jokic. Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Kicks it out to McCollum. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Denver leading by 13. Morris passes to Rivers. 1:07 left to play here in the second quarter. Outside for Millsap. There's the 3. Sinks the triple. Millsap's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
Yep, they're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with.
Count that one.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reach the floor exceptionally well.
Passes to Millsap. There's 37 seconds left to play in the first half. Offensive rebound. Morris outside. Here's Jokic. Unable to get that one. Great D that time from Nurkic. Here's McCollum. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
Lillard against Rivers. Pass to Jokic. Great D that time from Nurkic. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. He climbs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. McCollum's got 6 in the quarter.
And you can't give McCollum any space. Always a threat.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. Denver came ready to play. They jumped out to a 6-0 lead as they strung together. And that.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the Nuggets, Aaron Gordon out there at Bowl. Then there's JaVale McGee. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Harrison in at the shooting guard. Here's Morris after Enes Kanter's basket. Morris kicks the Bowl. Misses off the right iron.
Boy, you've really got to put those away, especially against soft interior defense.
And it's Simons missing. And Morris has got the ball here for the Denver Nuggets. At one point, they led by 16. And the slam dunk by McGee.
You know, all McGee needs, guys, is good positioning. Once he has that, dunking the ball is elementary.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Jones kicks to McCollum. Shoots from the elbow. Pass to Simons. Here's Kanter. Portland moving the ball around. McCollum outside. Goes back up. McGee with the block.
Boy, and the wingspan McGee has covers a lot of ground. Very useful for shot blocking.
Stolen by McGee. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Harrison passes to McGee. No good on the three. Trailblazers trail by 10. Feeds it to Anthony. Kicks it out to McCollum. A three ball. Again, McCollum missing.
You know, he's been off tonight, off his game. At this point, he might want to focus on creating for others.
Ball dishes to McGee. It's Morris atop the key. Back to McGee. Taken away by Anthony. And now Portland on the break. Ahead. Here's McCollum. And that comes off the assist by Jones. McCollum's got it back down to single digits for Portland. Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. A pass to Harrison. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
And I love that list. You're right on. Here's McCollum. Bull making his last shot. McCollum passes to Cantor. Here's Simons. Now Cantor. And the layup falls. And it's 6 points for Enes Kanter.
And really inside the paint is where Kanter thrives. His dominant approach lets him just own that space.
Gordon goes in. Morris kicks to Gordon. Anthony with the defensive effort.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Drills it from outside. And now just a 5-point Nugget lead.
Yeah, he didn't get a chance to knock one down in the first. But the defense left him a look, and he nailed it. He'll make them pay when he's open.
McGee the pass to Morris. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
McCollum outside. Simons, the pass to McCollum. The dish to Kanter. Here's Simons, covered by Morris. They get it back. Kanter kicks to McCollum. Had the space there, but it's offline.
You know, he looks a little off-kilter to me this quarter, still trying to find his rhythm.
Yep, that one goes. And now it's a 9-point Nugget lead.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Here's Simons. Kanter, the pass to McCollum. Kanter dishes to McCollum. 5 to shoot. Back to Kanter. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Now here's Rivers. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And we've reached the end of the third. Nuggets lead by 9. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Here's Rivers. On the court for the Trailblazers. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Little in at the 3, the small forward. Rivers against Lillard. Shot clock at 6. Jokic, no good. Trailblazers trail by 9. Covington finds Lillard. Now here's Powell. It's Covington on the wing. Puts up a 3. Lillard right side. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Millsap with it. He's picked up by Little. Rivers against Powell. Back to Millsap. Beyond the arc. A putback. It's good on the putback. And the Nuggets lead by 11.
Always good to see the young fella Porter Jr. outwork the opposition on the glass that time.
Lillard against Rivers. Nurkic. And he uses the glass on the layup. Nurkic has got his first 2 points.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Rivers passes to Porter. Rivers kicks to Porter. Denver passing it around. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Nasir Little picks one up.
Jokic has great size and mobility. Very good at forcing the defense's hand and drawing the foul.
Green, he's checked in for Denver. McCollum's checked in for Portland.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Three-pointer, Lillard. No good on the shot. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. At one point, they led by 16. Here's Rivers. Makes it off the glass.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Passes it to Nurkic. It's deflected to the inside. McCollum. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Great dish from Nurkic there. He really has a sixth sense for those reads.
Rivers with it. Now guarded by Nurkic. Here's Jokic. Buries it down low. Jokic just got 4 points in the quarter.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Rivers against Lillard. Here's the floater. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Denver making a switch here. Gordon's checked in. Rivers with it. Out to the wing. Jokic with it. Working on Nurkic. Jokic, no good. Trailblazers trail by 13. Here's Lillard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. That's now 8 points for Lillard.
Unselfishness, always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Pass to Jokic. Back to Rivers. Stolen by McCollum. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Offensive rebound. Outside Covington. The shot by Lillard wide open. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
And this is peak Dame. Rising, firing, one of the more confident shooters we have in our game.
Pass to Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for Denver.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for JaVale McGee.
Yeah, and he was relentless, nonstop energy. I mean, he just never slowed down or turned off.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Outside Millsap. Back to Rivers. Lays it up off the glass. And the Nuggets lead by 10.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Porter against McCollum. And that one's good by Porter.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. A confident. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Los Angeles. Welcome to 2K Sports. We're on DH.
Well, the ceremony.
Thank you, DA. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the center position. And for the Clippers, they've got Ivica Zubac, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George, and it's Marcus Morris, and it's Beverly in at the small forward position. Indoors tonight, two experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game, so let's see how this plays out.
Here's Los Angeles now. And it goes down 2 points.
Well, just solid work in the painted area. Paul George, quality look, excellent decision.
Here's Lillard. Down low, Covington. And it's good for two.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's Zubac after the made shot from Robert Covington. Beverly finds George. And George with the stuff.
Well, an aggressive player at the rim. Paul George has the kind of athleticism to make a defense look silly.
Lillard scanning the floor. From beyond the arc and then some.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Clippers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for to start off this game. Passes it to Zubac. Kicks to Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Jackson against Lillard. To the paint. Here's Nurkic. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Here's Beverly. The shot from the low post is good.
Well, this guy is a fighter. Patrick Beverly will not back down from contact.
Lillard outside. And the pass to Nurkic. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Now here's Lillard. Shoots the 3. Doesn't go that time.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And the dunk by Zubac.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered. And Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
Now, here's Lillard. That one drops for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Covington against Morris. Back to George. Morris outside. George passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Lillard against Jackson. From the high post. Lillard again missing.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Oh, my goodness. Paul George under duress of exceptional defense. No problem.
Here's Lillard, and they pick up 2. Lillard's got 7.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Jackson dishes to George. Here's the lob to the hoop, and the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. For three, and there's Lillard on the assist by Nurkic. 10 points for him.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
Now, here is George. He's got 8. 6 to shoot. And the layup's good off the glass.
That's phenomenal athleticism on the drive. Paul George just sprints past everyone with ease.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
Rob. Leonard from deep three-point land. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing.
I think it comes from the...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Kawhi Leonard, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Rondo in at the point. Now, here's Zubac. He kicks to Morris. They get a hand on it. Outside, George. He on the clock. Pulls from the top of the key. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Well, coaches might discourage that kind of look, but he'll take it anyway.
A 3 from McCollum. The Trailblazers rebound. Lets it go from deep. And that comes off the assist by Jones. McCollum's got his first 3 points of the game.
And you can't give McCollum any space. Always a threat to pull the trigger.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Beverly against Jones. Beverly the pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
What pretty vision right there by Patrick Beverly. Wow.
Trailblazers trail by 7. McCollum outside. And he banks in the layup. McCollum's got 5 now.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
Now, here is George. He's got 12. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
Here's McCollum. He's got 5. Here's Cantor. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Cantor's got 4 this quarter. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game. Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Pass to Cousins. Rebound by Nurkic.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Good on the bucket. Now just a 3-point Clipper lead.
Great dish from Nurkic there. He really has a sixth sense for those reads.
Outside Leonard. Passes it to Cousins. That shot is off. Great D that time from Nurkic. Lillard against Kennard. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
We've got 1:08 left in the first half. Leonard attacking, score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Well, everybody in the NBA should have the floater as part of their arsenal. Leonard makes it look easy.
Lillard with it. He's got 12. Powell finds Lillard, and he hits it to tie the game up. Lillard's got 5 points now this quarter.
He nailed 2 from distance in the opening period. Now gets this one.
Here's Leonard. That one, no good. And it's Portland the other way. Lillard with it, guarded now by DeMarcus Cousins. Here's Covington, and the dunk by Covington.
Well, you have to love an authoritative finish, and Mr. Covington leads, no doubt.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's Leonard. Here's Cousins. Cross contact on the shot. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. And Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He ended up with 15 points. And that does it for our halftime.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
On the court for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. And George, here we go, and he gets it to go. George has got 16 points.
Some nights as a defender, you just shake your head because Paul George uses his outstanding reach to get through the defense.
Lillard dishes to Covington. Here's Nurkic. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down. And how about this stat? Over the course of Robert Covington's career, over 60% of his shots coming from long range.
And Greg, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, you almost want to reverse it because defense has been the pivot point for Robert Covington's emergence as a player in this league.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. The free throw drops for Zubac. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Los Angeles. He's perfect from the line this time. You know, Greg, you probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
Powell against George. And there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Nurkic.
Well, there's superb shot selection right now with Paul George. He's aggressive, but he's still playing within the offense.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Jacks up a three. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Rondo kicks to Zubac. That one doesn't go. Great D that time from Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. The three. It's hauled in by Beverly.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
They get it again. George. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. George has got 20. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. 4-point game. Again, the miss by Lillard. Clippers have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. Stolen by McCollum. And now Portland on the break. The pull-up. Nurkic dishes to McCollum. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And now the fast break. Rondo with the ball. Morris inside. Powell's there. Zubac the pass to Beverly. Offline with his 3. Trailblazers leading by 4. And here's McCollum for 3. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 3 assists in the game. .133 left to play in the third. George finds Zubac. Beverly against McCollum. Just 5 on the clock. And George gets it to go.
Well, you have to respect the focus of Paul George, not letting the defense alter his shot.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
Clippers trail by 5. Kennard, the pass to Leonard. Here's Batum. Now, here's Kennard. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And he gets the bucket.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
McCollum up top. He's covered by Leonard. And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got 10 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
Now Leonard. Excellent D there from Anthony. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Clippers trail by 5. They've got Jackson. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Left side Jackson. Pocket 6. And Anthony sends it back.
Well, Melo just reading the play the right way, put in the extra effort to come up with such a nice block.
And the Clippers making a change here. Cousins is checked in. Leonard, no luck. Trailblazers leading by 5. Lillard outside. 3-pointer. Kept alive. In the corner, Powell with it. Hits it from 3-point range. Powell's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Portland.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Leonard the bounce pass. And Batum kicks to Leonard. Yep, it counts.
Listen, Kawhi Leonard has built his game brick by brick. You want him to score on the interior? No problem.
Lillard, the pass to Covington. Back to Lillard. And the shot goes down.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last.
Cousins, the pass to Kennard. Back to Cousins. Shoots over Nurkic. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Cousins. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Lillard from outside. Lillard again missing.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Good work there as it goes. Leonard's got 4 points this quarter.
Kawhi Leonard still one of the hardest working players in the league. Active on the offensive glass there.
Lillard way outside. Again the miss by Lillard.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Batum finds Leonard. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Incredible wingspan. Unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
And now we've got the intentional foul. Portland's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Inside. Pass to Powell. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. But they recover it. It's McCollum on the wing. Goes up again, and Cantor with the lay-in. Good. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
Wow, the maturation of Enes Kanter. So fun to watch. The comfortability in a big-time moment. Love it.
Leonard attacking. No good from Zubac. Trailblazers leading by 4. The 3 from McCollum. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Here's Leonard, and then Leonard with the dunk.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has been in so many big-time situations. How confident is he right there?
And a deep 3 from Lillard. That shot misses. So the Clippers will take it the other way. George dishes to Leonard. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
Derek Jones, he's checked in for the Trailblazers.
And he's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
Lillard attacking. Good on the shot. Lillard's got 24 points.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
Here's Leonard. Money!
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
To the middle. Here's Cantor. Good!
Boy, Enes Kanter's willingness to be the guy to take over in a critical stretch. So impressive.
George passes to Leonard. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
How about Kawhi Leonard? How many guys in the history of their career can say, I was an NBA Finals MVP at 22 and then an NBA Finals MVP at 27? Simply incredible.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for the Clippers. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Lillard attacking.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Good!
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. A stunning view of the moon over our broadcast location tonight in Dallas, Texas. And is that...
Well, Kevin, and
thanks, David. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3. And for the Mavericks, they've got Marjanovic. Doncic out there with Richardson. And there's Porzingis, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. Porzingis passes to Richardson. Over McCollum. Richardson, no luck.
Golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
And Lillard gets it to go.
I mean, look, he's evolved as a passer over the course of his career. Get to the right spot, McCollum will find you.
Here's Doncic. Up and in on the way up.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
That one good for 2. Doncic has got his second bucket.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
Lillard fires away from way outside. And it's Lillard again missing. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Shoots from the elbow. Misses off the left iron. Portland's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. And a wide open look for McCollum. Portland with a new 14. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. 6 on the shot clock to the right side. Three-pointer, Lillard. Again, the miss by Lillard.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop. Oh, you get it inside like this, you're going to get a high percentage shot almost every time.
Doncic outside. Here's Marjanovic. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, McCollum from deep three-point land. Off target from outside. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Portland also making some changes. Cantor, he's checked in for Nurkic. And Carmelo Anthony is subbed in for McCollum. Cauley-Stein. Oh, the power on that. Prudent.
Razor-sharp focus right there from Cauley-Stein. Accepting the foul and pushing his way through.
A different look for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Richardson. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Derek Jones comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard. The pass to Cantor. Here's Simons. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Great look, high percentage shot. That's the efficiency you're looking to establish.
Cauley-Stein kicks to Brunson. And a strong finish with two hands.
You got to love the decision-making from Willie Cauley-Stein. I mean, aware he must keep improving as a passer.
It's Powell on the wing. Lets the three fly. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Trey Burke's checked in for the Mavericks. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Norman Powell. Here's Burke. And Cantor pulls it down. Trailblazers trail by 4. Here's McCollum. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet.
Got to respect the speed of McCollum. Fantastic at knifing through the defense and beating them to the bucket.
There's 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Burke kicks to Redick. To the paint. Here's Cauley-Stein. The shot off that time. Now Portland takes it the other way. McCollum dishes to Cantor. McCollum against Redick. And stolen by Burke. Here's the break. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Good work defensively by Anthony. Here's Cantor. McCollum passes to Carmelo. That evens the score.
Oh, you have to appreciate the ball moving and the commitment to getting a high percentage look.
Burke with it. And will count. And no good on the last second attempt this time. It's a tie game in Dallas. And the second. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
You got to credit their defense. Communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Powell. Then there's Hardaway. Then there's Trey Burke. And it's Redick in at the 2 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And here is Burke. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And here's McCollum for 3. Hits the three-point bomb. McCollum's got the lead up to 5 now for the Trailblazers. McCollum's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc. Burke looking over the floor. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Burke's got his first points of the game.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Back to Lillard. Fires from deep. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Burke. Taken away by Anthony. Jones with it. Hardaway picks him up. A good look from McCollum. The Mavericks pull it in. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Passes it to Cantor. Lillard outside. It's McCollum on the wing. Fires for three. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Here's Burke. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. There's the dish to Powell. Back to Burke. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Enes Kanter. For Dallas, they have made their only other free throw attempt today on an earlier trip to the line. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Cauley Stein. Porzingis comes in for Dwight Powell. Doncic is checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for J.J. Redick. Portland also making some changes. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Jones. And Norman Powell subbed in for McCollum. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul. I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Dallas. Richardson comes in for Burke. An almost entirely new group there for Portland. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Jones comes in for Robert Covington. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Pass to Anthony. It's McCollum on the wing. From deep three-point range. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
To the inside. Got a piece of it. Stolen by McCollum. Jones kicks to Anthony. And here's McCollum for three. It's rebounded by Dallas.
He's got to be disappointed with his performance, but it'll be easier to swallow if they keep the lead.
And that one's good. Doncic.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Inside, here's Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Oh, man, what a slam by Cantor. His size lets him make easy work of those big plays in the paint.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Pass to Finney-Smith. On the wing, Doncic. Clock at 6. It falls for the sixth time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
The three from McCollum. It's good from long range. McCollum's got 11 points.
Well, and sometimes you just got to assume every three McCollum is going to take is going to go in.
Now, here's Doncic, guarded closer. Fires from 14. Second chance shot, and it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket for Marjanovic.
I wouldn't want to be the guy who has to keep him off the boards. He is a beast on the offensive end.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They didn't get more than a one-possession lead. And
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Well, we've got a moment left set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half.
That's a freakish athletic.
Wow. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
Lillard finds foul, and he's fouled pretty hard on that. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Oh, not many players with the more steady hand at the free throw line than this fella.
Now, Doncic, 12 points for him. Down low. And that one's good. Marjanovic has got 8. Portland trailing here. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Lillard, with no one around, makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
It's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. Over Richardson. The putback is no good.
Might take them a little while to find their stride here in the second half. Only 1 for 4 so far. They just need to calm down, play their game.
Trailblazers have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
The pass to Marjanovic. That shot off. Great D that time from Nurkic. Lillard from outside. Mavericks with the rebound. Finney-Smith's got 4 rebounds in this game. Knocked loose. Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And just wanting it more there. You got to like seeing Porzingis beat everyone to the spot in the open floor.
Lillard from outside. The rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got 4 rebounds in this game.
Not the most productive quarter he'll ever have, but his shot selection's been a little bit dubious.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half.
Superb form. Lillard has the mid-range shot on lockdown.
For Dallas, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Doncic left side. And that one, good. Doncic has got 14 points for the game.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Lillard. 3-pointer. Again, the miss by Lillard.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Richardson the pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, yeah, high IQ basketball from Richardson. Values the easy assist over a risky shot.
Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it. Already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Now here's Burke. He is guarded by McCollum, and it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Now here's Brunson. Shot clock at 6. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Powell's got his first basket.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Kicks it out to McCollum. They get the rebound. Cantor lays it up off the glass. He has 6.
When it comes to offensive rebounding, Cantor has led the league in offensive boarding rates. I mean, when you think about it, perhaps the best at picking up his teammates' misses.
Here's Brunson. Cauley Stein passes to Brunson. Here's Powell. And contact. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Trailblazers. We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. They trail by 1. J.J. Redick is out there with Jalen Brunson. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney-Smith in at the power forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Yeah, just try to keep the momentum now, and that's easier said than done.
Redick against McCollum. Simons, the pass to McCollum. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
Oh, he's a great presence to have near the bucket. Cantor's going to go after every rebound. And when he gets his hands on that, that's what happens.
Porzingis, great positioning on the putback.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. And Jones has it in the corner. Anthony looking it over. Feeds to Cantor. Just 4 to shoot. Kicks it out to McCollum. The tray. Second shot opportunity. And the shot goes in.
Such a smart offensive player. When McCollum sees these shots open up, he doesn't think twice about firing.
Now here's Brunson. He's covered closely. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Simons, the pass to Anthony. Inside, Cantor. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. 10 points for Enes Kanter.
Yeah, plenty of power behind Cantor's inside moves. Helps him overcome whatever D he encounters.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Marjanovic checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Richardson comes in for J.J. Redick. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Powell, he's checked in for Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Damian Lillard.
And so confident. Even amongst the trees, Doncic is fantastic at forcing the issue close to the rim. And really, the tension could not be higher right now. And he looked like he was shooting free throws at practice. What a cool customer.
Here's Lillard, and Portland again with the bucket.
But Lillard, he's an exceptional player. He's a guy you trust to make the right decision in these moments.
Richardson outside. Doncic against Lillard. Powell with the steal. And here comes the break. And Lillard throws it down.
But look at how quickly Lillard leaps out of transition. He wants to run down the throw to the D, burn him in the open floor.
Lillard against Doncic. And easy 2 points on the layup.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic, and he comes up with the deuce. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
Well, this is what you want from Nurkic, a fearless player who welcomes the chance to take important shots.
For Portland, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. Lillard from outside. It's rebounded by Doncic.
The more threes he misses, I mean, the more he wants to take. What do they do that at? That's not the right mindset. This is why Richardson is out there. I mean, his team trusts in his ability to come through in the clutch.
There's a minute left in the fourth. And Lillard gets it to go.
And Lillard is known for being a clutch shooter. He's the guy they go to. He's the guy they believe in.
Here's Doncic. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's the first that brings them within 5. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for the Trailblazers.
And good aggressive basketball on that trip. Drawing the foul, converting the free throws, and then also narrowing the gap.
Lillard from outside. They grab their own miss. Over Porzingis. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 5. Powell finds Lillard. From deep. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Lillard's got the lead up to 7 now for the Trailblazers. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game. But they'll get another chance. And here's Doncic from the arc. With the tip. It's good on the putback.
I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert those tip-ins.
It's Powell on the wing. McCollum outside. Takes it out to Covington. Back to Nurkic. Lillard outside. Good on the three-point shot.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
You see more teams doing this nowadays. We all are firmly entrenched in the era of the 3-ball.
So the Trailblazers. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it.